check, check, check. Ladies and gentlemen, the Music Room is proud to announce one of the biggest artists extraordinaire whose gallery is here at the Music Room. You're going to see a feature film with his artwork, and he's going to speak to you a little bit before the show, and then he'll go back in the corner, sign stuff for you in the other gallery where it says gallery at the door. So everybody give a warm welcome to Johannes.
Hi, how are you? It's really cool, man. It's really great to come here and to do this with Paul, and thank to Brian for bringing me here. When they decided to open up this place a couple of years ago, they mentioned to me about the gallery, and they asked me if I want to be represented and show some of my work. And I thought it was a kind of a cool idea, and so this is something that I decided to do. I started this when I was about 13, 14 years old. We had emigrated from Greece with my parents, and you know, we're a very poor family, and I discovered American culture and rock and roll, comic books, massive influence on me, and that was my escapism, right? I mean, it was listening to music and drawing pictures, daydreaming about what it would be to just get away from it all and to work with musicians. And I remember the summer of 76, 77, I was 16, 17 years old, and working in my uncle's diner like every other Greek on the weekend, and going to school and showing drawings. And I remember one night the club owner down the street, they ran out of ice, and they came to get some to finish the evening, and the guy said to me, you know, your uncle tells you're a pretty good artist, man. How would you like to draw a poster for one of the bands that are going to be playing next week? You know, look, like, if it's good, I'll pay you for it. I thought it was like the greatest thing in the world. And I remember doing it and got paid $25 for it. And it was this guy named Michael Bolton. His name turned out to be Michael Bolton later. And he loved the artwork. And he asked for me again to do some more of his stuff. And by that summer in New Haven, Connecticut, everybody knew this Greek kid who would be doing artwork for all these clubs and stuff like that, and stations. And then the record, you know, the radio stations noticed, and I started doing artwork for them. And now it's 1980, and I'm 18 years old and 19 years old, and I get this call from this guy who was a radio programmer out of Chicago. He had heard from me from a friend, from another friend, and he tells me that he's got a production company with Chris Squire of the band Yes, and they're creating this new album called Drama, and he wanted a logo. And I didn't know what to make of it. I thought it didn't sound real. I found myself in New York City and showing my artwork to Chris Squire, and he becomes my first client. And that night, I got to go to Madison Square Garden and meet Yes and everyone, and that was my first real job. And everybody sort of noticed my work, and next thing I know, I'm introduced to Aerosmith's manager, and I started doing work for him and his company in 1982, 83, and then by the early mid-80s, my name's getting around, and all of a sudden I'm working with all these metal bands and rock bands, and I went from making, you know, $100 a week to making all of a sudden thousands of dollars, and being backstage and everything I daydreamed. It was like the most ridiculous thing that could have happened. My parents had no idea what I was doing. They thought I was dealing drugs. They couldn't believe that people were paying me that kind of money. You know, and it was a weird existence, because I remember doing the first album cover, and I get a call from the product manager of Epic Records in '83, and he said to me, "Hey, you know, we love this artwork, and do you want to do an MTV video? MTV had just started, And I'm like, I don't know anything about videos. He said, well, they want to use your artwork. The video director, he's Todd Rundgren's lighting director. Now, that was Bob Lempel. He went later on to become the guy who created The View, the show, that's on the morning show now. And he said, he wants to use your artwork, so you got to get to New York. I'm like, well, it's Friday. I'm working in my uncle's diner. He goes like, what? What are you talking about? He goes, get your ass down there. It's like, so I get in the car and I go to New York, and they put me in a studio, and I start doing this artwork, and they're going, oh, okay, you're going to do the video. You're going to Detroit. We're going to fly you to Detroit. You're going to do animation for the video. And I remember calling my parents. I'm like, I'm not coming home tonight. They're like, why? I'm on my way to Detroit. You're doing what? So next thing I know, I'm on a plane. I'm on my way to Detroit. And I'm in the video. The band was called Art in America. It was produced by the guy who produced Yes, Eddie Offord. Steve Morse was the guitar player in the band. And now I'm doing videos, and I'm doing that. And they want me to do MTV videos. And the whole thing was just such a blur. And to this day, it was just insane. And when I do this stuff, what always gets me off, what really meant a lot to me, and I just had that same feeling today when I was sitting back in the recording studio here and watching Paul Nelson lay out this incredible guitar solo that's going to be on an upcoming blues album. It was the same vibe, because all it meant to me was that was my way of being part of this process, of meeting these musicians, and it was an artist collaborating with another artist. And to be able to sit with Ian Gillan and Roger Glover at Deep Purple, or to be able to sit down with, the guys from Dream Theater or with Fates Warning or whatever, and them to play, or the guys from Styx, or, oh God, there's so many, Yngwie Malmsteen and Warren, Slaughter, Leonard Skinner, the Allman Brothers, and, they play me this piece of music, like, listen to this. What does this make you think of? And I tell him the idea, and the guy's like, yeah, man, that's like really wild. My music makes you think like that. How did you get that? Where did that come from? And it's that second. I don't care if I am pumping gas for a living. It's not what it was about. It was not the money. It was about that process. And and when we went back to the fact when I was 13 years old, putting my headphones on, listening to, the Rain Song by Led Zeppelin, or Close to the Edge by Yes, or the Boston album, and looking at that cover art, and that was my world. That's how I got away from everything. And I think I've been chasing that dream for 4 decades now, for the rest of my life. And it never hits to me the gravity of what I do until I see how it affects other people. The amount of fan mail that I get, people are talking to me. But what's bizarre about it is that I'm doing this process. It's very personal with the people I'm involved, and I don't realize the effect it has on people until I see it on a wide spectrum. And what I mean by that is, I remember a very specific moment where when I got the commission to work with Deep Purple in 1997, and the manager called me, I remember that day, I remember the manager calls up, says, you gotta excuse my language for the ladies, because, one of you fucktards are doing today. We're like, we're having lunch. He goes, well, get in your cars and get down here, because I got Roger Glover here, and we have a disaster of an album cover. I need you to do the album. I'm like, oh my God, are you serious? He's like, yeah. So I think it was like the fastest. I think I made a half-an-hour trip in like 12 minutes on the car. So we race down there. I meet Roger. He takes me to his mansion in Greenwich, and I'm sitting there, and I'm asking him like a 13-year-old girl a million questions. What went through your mind when you wrote, when you co-wrote "Smoke in the Water"? How did you guys produce that album? Because I was a fan. Machine Head was the greatest album ever for me when I was 14, and we're listening. We're creating this artwork, and we're doing this stuff. And I spent a 2-month process back and forth designing the artwork, designing the merchandising, stage designs, everything for the tour. So I finished the project. We're done with it. I got paid very handsomely. We're done with it. A couple months went by. It was past my mind. I didn't think about it. Call comes in, and it's the manager, and he says, "Listen, guys, the band is playing New York. It's Emerson, Lake and Palmer is the opener. Dream Theater, which is another band I've done a cover for, is the opener for that. But the main headliner is Deep Purple. How would you guys like to come? The band wants to see you. They want to see Johannes. They want to meet him." And I was like, "Yeah, sure." So me, my wife, my brother, his wife. My brother was a partner in my agency. We get down there. So I walk into the place, and then I'm looking around, and there's all these people walking around with T-shirts of my artwork, and I'm seeing stuff anywhere. And now, something that was very personal for 2 months, that was just this process, I'm watching in a different way, and it's starting to sink in. And I remember that moment. I walk in, and we sit down. We're about third row center, to the right, and next to the left where Roger is. And the lights go down. The band walks in, and I hear the opening riffs of Highway Star. Bum 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 bum. And the minute they go into the overdrive, massive backdrop of the artwork just drops behind them. And it's at that moment in time that it hit me. My brother, at that moment, just turns around, he just grabs me. He's like, "Dude, you fucking did Deep Purple." And I was like, guys, I swear to God, I got misty-eyed, because the first album I ever bought as a kid, with my own money, was Machine Head. And I was 13, and little I know that 30 years later, I can honestly call these guys my friends now, that I can hang out with them. And I just, it was just a cool moment. So after this is done here, I'm going to retire to the gallery. You guys can, welcome to come, view some of my artwork, talk to me, ask me questions, whatever you need. But I'm going to play a 5-minute video to leave you with. A year ago, a great musician, Martin Kennedy, who's one of the most top electronic musicians in Australia, became friends with me. He creates soundtracks and films, and there's great electronic music. He took my art, a bunch of my pieces, and he animated them and created a soundtrack. He actually wrote the music that inspired him looking at this art. And he played that for me, and it just completely blew me away. So what I'd like you guys to do for a second is, light up a joint, as they say, sit back, have a sip, and just remember what it was like to be 13 years old all again. If you indulge me, okay? Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the work of Johannes. He'll be in the other room signing. Now a special treat. Once this screen goes up. Let's hear it one more time for Johannes. And instant karma for the lovely high definition widescreen. All right. How about this anticipation?
You know that I'm falling and I don't know what to say. Speak a little louder, I'll even shout. You know that I'm proud and I can't get the words out. I wanna be with you everywhere. I wanna be with you everywhere.
Ladies and gentlemen, Music Room is proud to present Barry Goodrow and his Engine Room. Let's hear it for Barry.
How's it going, you guys? What a wonderful display of great artwork, huh? Amazing. Well, we're glad you guys came out on such a tough night, but we really appreciate it. We're going to make you glad you did, all right? We got a new record out, and we're going to do a bunch of songs from that one. This one's called Las Vegas.
So the beast is out of the cave, full of fire, hunger and rage. Hear the ground, gonna feel the bite. It's a hunter's moon tonight. Opportunity in the air. It's so electric everywhere. The neon tints, you want a one-way trip. Can't stop.
Las Vegas,
Digging for gold.
Las Vegas,
Never gets old.
Las Vegas,
Keep the party soul.
Las Vegas,
You never slow down.
Las
You
Vegas,
put the hammer down.
Las Vegas,
Gotta love this town. What you see ain't what you get. You ain't seen nothing yet. It's never really been up to you. It's time to let you know when it's through. Come on and take another ride. Listen to the voices calling you inside. You can't stop.
Las Vegas,
Singing for gold.
Las Vegas,
Change the body and soul.
Las Vegas,
It never gets old.
Las Vegas,
You never slow down.
Las Vegas,
You put the hammer down.
Las Vegas,
Gotta love this town. you on a one-way trip. You can't stop.
Las Vegas,
You're digging for gold.
Las Vegas,
It's a modern zone.
Las Vegas,
But it never gets old.
Las Vegas,
You never slow down.
Las Vegas,
You put the hammer down.
Las Vegas,
God, I love this town. You're digging for gold.
Las Vegas,
But it never gets old.
Las Vegas,
He's a bottom soul. You never slow down.
Las Vegas,
You put the hammer down.
Las Vegas,
God, I love this town.
Thank you very much. Thanks a lot, you guys. Well, obviously we haven't, just like everybody else doing what we do, haven't got a chance to play as much as we'd like to, but we are so glad to be here, and thank you guys for coming out. This is the mighty Tim Archibald on the bass here tonight. Back here in the real engine room, this is Old Tony on the drums. Old Tony DePietro. And over here, the girls bringing up the real estate value over here. On the far left, this is Terry Osoro. This is Mary Beth Mace in the middle. Joni Ciccatelli. My name is Brian Mace, and this is Barry Goodrill, formerly of the rock group Boston.
I'll play your song, little bit of rock and roll. Like some love, that's how to function. We're gonna tell today.
Pick you up and take you away.
Get down tonight. Come on, sing it with us.
Smoking, smoking,
Boogie tonight, don't scream or talking.
smoking, smoking.
Feel alright, alright, talking, yeah. Get your feet to the floor, everybody rock it. You got nothing to lose, just the rhythm and blues, that's alright. We're gonna feel okay.
Pick you up and take you away.
Get down tonight. Come on, sing it with us.
Smoking, smoking,
Boogie tonight, just keep on talking.
smoking, smoking.
Alright, alright, talking, yeah.
Yeah, Mary Beth Mace on the vocals.
Thank you.
Yeah, good job. We want to thank the club for having us, Paul, Brian. Thank you very much for having us down, and you guys for coming out. Very nice. Thank you. Thank you. Doesn't matter. There's that illustrious guitar tech, Danny McCarthy over there. There's another one from our new record. It's called Word to the Wise.
Just a word to the wise. What I give to you. Do what you want to do. Can lead a horse to the water, but you just can't make him think. You know it's true.
can I get a little more of this keyboard up here in the wedge? But our sound man, Brian, back there doing a great job. This is one of our first songs that we put together to put out there and let people know we got a new record. This one's called Shade. You know, on the record, we used this gigantic Hammond organ that weighs 450 pounds. So when it came time to play, it was like, all my buddies looked at me and said, no, you're not taking that. So I had to shop around, and I found this unbelievable piece of gear. Sounds just like it, so. I know, but they sound amazing, right? This one's called Love Will Lead the Way. Thank you. All right. Well, this is a song from Barry's solo career. In fact, this is the one that got him fired. I'm sorry.
Hey. Yeah, back in 1980, I did a solo record. This was the first release from it. It did result in my demise from Boston, but hey, we got a good song out of it.
Let's not argue about who killed who.
Lost in a land of luxury, living on with fantasy, all the downs that you will
Thank you.
That's nice.
The good news is when Barry got fired, he got to join our band. Well, we actually joined his band. So. Yeah.
Okay. Back in 1969, whoa, way back when, I graduated high school. Do the math. I went into the studio for the first time, for a real recording studio, and recorded our first song. This is it. It ended up on that first Boston record, and I think you recognize this one.
Gary, good job.
Thank you, good night. No, just kidding. Okay, here's another familiar one. Ready?
Thank you very much, guys. Thank you.
Maybe beat 'em up. No, you can come play with us.
We're going to feature Mary Beth on this one. It's another new one from our record. This is called The Camel's Back.
Nadie sabe cómo romper la espalda del camello. Thank you.
Yeah, Mary Beth.
Hey girls, did you kick him a little bit while he was back here?
A little bit.
All right, so Timmy and me and Barry were in another band called RTZ. And
Thank you.
this is our first single. This one's called Face the Music. I can't blame you. Nobody wants to be the fool. Face the music, it's all there in front of you. You can get it if you really try. You can get it if you don't ask why. Look at you, the life you've gotten used to. You don't care about the things you're into. You can't get it, 'cause it's everywhere. Temptation hides behind every stare. And when you get it, it makes you feel good. You don't regret it, but maybe you should just face the music. Don't turn away. Just face the music. You can't run, stay away. we starting to get have a good time tonight?
Come on! Make my living playing my guitar. Can be a hard life, mama. There's a rhythm when it comes to me. The rhythm won't stop till I reach the end. The rhythm won't stop. It keeps going. The rhythm won't stop. Everywhere I go, the rhythm won't stop. Music is in my soul. Yeah, the rhythm goes on. It can be a long world. Oh, it's a world for me, 'cause it's the one I chose. And there's a new face around every bend, and the songs I sing are my best friend. Oh, and the rhythm won't stop till I reach the end. The rhythm won't stop. It keeps going. The rhythm won't stop. Everywhere I go, the rhythm won't stop. My music is in my soul. Yeah, the rhythm goes on. All right, you guys, I want you to give me a little help here. Put your hands together.
can be rolling world, traveling down that road. Oh, it's a world for me. It's a one I chose. There's a new face around every bend, and the songs I sing become my best friends. And the rhythm won't stop till it reaches the end. The rhythm won't stop, it keeps going. The rhythm won't stop everywhere I go. The rhythm won't stop, the music is in my soul. The rhythm won't stop everywhere I go. The rhythm won't stop, it keeps going. The rhythm won't stop everywhere I go. The rhythm won't stop, the music is in my soul. Yeah, the rhythm won't stop. Come on! Yeah, the rhythm won't stop. 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 The rhythm won't stop. Yeah, the rhythm won't stop.
Thank you. It's a song off the Del Goodrow record. Of course, you know, at every one of our gigs, the elephant in the room is how much we miss Brad and Sibby. But they're with us here, right here. So thank you guys for being with us.
By the way, Sibby's drum set is right here in the next room. You can go in and take a look after the show. It's a drum set he used on the first Boston tour. A lot of memories there. All right. Sure.
That was actually a Boston song, right?
Yeah, that's a Boston song.
Yeah, we haven't done that one yet, but I love that song, and we're going to put that in the suggestion box. For sure, really, no fooling around. It's one of my favorite. We were just watching that in the dressing room.
Ooh. 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 Ooh
you.
That was a request from Mary Beth, my lovely Irish bride, who said we got to write a song about whiskey.
I could drink them under the table, you know.
Yeah, she does. Hey, how about Joni and Terry and The Rhythm Won't Stop? When Barry wanted to put this band together, me, Timmy, Barry, and Tony sat around looking at each other and said, you know what? We need some girls. The four of us just ain't gonna cut it. So we got these guys, our secret weapon, our secret sauce, we call them.
Oh, yeah.
And we went down and did a show down at the Melody Tent. And we were down there with a couple of guys from the Cars, and they heard us at Soundcheck and wanted to steal our girls. Barry said, I'm not sure I want to give them our secret sauce. But we let him use them anyway. We're going to feature the girls on this one, too. And I'm going to try to play this little guitar. I can try. You know a couple of cowboy chords. Try to imagine us sitting on your back porch, coming over your house and playing for you. It's kind of swampy.
It's a lonely train riding on without the sadness. You keep carrying her. All times grow short. Things burn low. I'm about to learn what you wish you know. Broken hearts and a broken dreams, so you got to
care about yourself. Broken hearts, broken dreams, all you get to lose. But boy, this will be that nasty game. Most of your life. Sooner or later, you're gonna get hurt and walking, 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 walking on the edge of a night.
Yeah, thank you. All right. Oh yeah. Gotta go up. One more. So this is a song that we presented to Barry last couple of years ago when we were on the road for the first record. We played the song for him, and he liked it. He goes, "Wow, that would be good on the next record." And so we said, "So there's gonna be a next record." So we kind of tricked him. This one's called "The Road." The Road.
We were driving down to Texas on a smoky, dusty road. We fell asleep in Texas. Those were Texas when I woke. Send me a song, oh so sweet. It was the road. Play my guitar in Mississippi. I opened up my keys. She held me since the dark, and her hand caressed my face. She sang me a song, was so sweet. Was the road. It was the road that set me free. She laid her chains on me. It was the road that made me whole and took pieces of my soul. She danced outside my window, shouting my name into the night, singing about things that only she could know. She was the road. We had to make our way up north, up to Prescott and harvest time. When the band began to play, all the people sang time, sang us a song. It was so sweet. It was the road. It was the road that set me free, but she laid her chains on me. It was the road that made me whole, and she took pieces of my soul. She danced outside my window, shouting my name into the night, singing about things that only she could know. She was the road.
window, shouting our names into the night, singing about things that only you could know.
Thank you very much.
I forgot about that word for Tim. Please.
So by now the cops have come to your yard and thrown us all out. I'm
Except
sure.
for me, I'm sleeping in a tent.
Oh, we got time for one more, right? They're not going to throw us out of here. Hell no.
Thank you guys. Thank you so much. Awesome. It's so nice you guys to hang out tonight.